Greetings, friends and family. Wagwan. Today I high vibe, same speed with there. You know, it, I'm not going to timeline this video, but it's a continuation to the video that we're doing. Sometimes you have to take a little time to do this little production. So even though I'm just using a camera to video myself, at the same time I have to you know put it proper, so that it can come out a little bit looking professional if we're using regular tools to do this. But yeah, at the same time, it's information. Me like to talk. One day, I write on the forum, and one day I write so much things that, one of the girls that we go to school with him said, Miser, for they call me Miser back in high school. He said, Miser, why you can't really chatting? And I say, you know what? I never get offended. I said to her, I say, those who have plenty to talk will talk. Those who don't have anything to say, they won't talk. So it's like me, I have plenty to talk. So I am sharing enough things, plenty of things to talk. So I hope you don't mind me talking. If I have some people, some fans, I will call you fans and family and friends. Yeah, I have some fans, family and friends that I know them like to see the aura, because I'm on a project a good aura. I know that me feel it within, like what is inside the eye I come out. So what you seeing as a personality and in terms of the words, it's just the beauty from within I and I. You see what I say? Because I practice these things, so people are going to be attached to this. It's a magnetic thing, So when people say I man speak, they're going to hear a beauty, they're going to feel a beauty, they're going to see some nice, good, sweet energies coming towards them. Yeah? So that's what you're seeing there in the physical. And then additionally to that, you have these little things we call clothing, garment, I hear one remark that somebody made the other day. So I'm going by the remarks of the people. Somebody said that if a man comes out on the street and him dressed raggedy, it is telling, now this is a woman that made that comment, it is telling her that man not really have a woman. That woman is to be taken. I mean, that man is to be is for the takes. You see, because if you're going to dress up certain way and go up on the street and not representing, it's like represent self. So suppose a woman wants to take you and put you up and represent you properly. You see that shirt, that nice shirt, yeah? I'm impressed by it for me, So, and I've been wearing it for years, and anytime I wear it, it's like it's colorful. You see, a majority of the clothes that I've been wearing, a woman buy them for me, because woman like to see you dress certain way. A woman will put her money together and help you. That's my king right there. That's my king. And a woman, a good woman, or well, I don't know if good for you can be good in that way, so nobody in other ways to according to the belief of a man system. But somebody who desire to see as your partner, a woman partner that desire to see you represent nice, she gonna make some efforts for help you. So like for me I lack for a period of time, and that was mainly influenced by the woman. And then I grew a beard, and even though I have free will, but she was there as a person that could perhaps say to me, say, David, you trim up, shave up, but we were Rasta. You understand? We were natural people. You understand? Now I'm around people who want me to look a different way. So see, my locks get cut off, my beard get trimmed up, and I am exposing a different narrative. You see? Sometimes I never get an opportunity back then for, so I'm being me now. It's like I am free. I am free to be me. So there is no attachment. So even though you might have women influence in some way, I want to be free as this person to express myself, to do what I want to do. Because sometimes when you have the woman government, then you have to please the woman. No, saying that, you might have heard me talking about woman, but I want to make this one thing clear as a day. I do respect the feminine divine empress. I believe and know, not only believe, but I know that the feminine divine empress is to be praised and worshipped too, if you want to say that, because you see, she was here first. She is the one that is responsible for all our existence. Without a feminine, there won't be no masculine. So I am not one of the type of man who is going to disrespect the woman and say they are not. No, the woman was first. So I have my total respect and honor to the feminine divine empress. Now, saying that and saying that is that we are here in what we represent now as male and female, masculine and feminine. And when you can have two of those genders, what we refer to as gender, coming together in one accord and with respect and love for each other, you synergistically do a whole bunch of stuff, perform a whole bunch of miracles. You understand? Because you are a unit. Now, based on our philosophies and our mindsets and dictates, whatever we learn in school and all that kind of stuff, sometimes, and in religion, sometimes we don't give precedence to the feminine. So that is controversial. A lot of people who are accustomed to hearing God referred to, or the divine referred to as he, genderize it to be a masculine thing. That is by purpose. So I want to tell you that that's all I believe. Now, in saying these things are sometimes new to the ear of certain people who have been like religized. So I'm not going to particularly say Christians or Muslim. I'm just saying religized, meaning that if you hold one entity as this superior divine being, and you believe that everything out of that existence is false, then that will be your belief. You understand? But for me, in my divine knowledge, my cosmic divine knowledge, that tells me, and I interpret from the inside and say, give respect to the feminine divine. She was first. So I do respect, so that's a clarity, that's explanation. So I am not against the feminine. You understand? No, it's for the woman that we represent, that is going to represent as the feminine, to know how to treat, the male. You understand? Now, a lot of us, I think, as women, we grew up in different circumstances, are coded certain kind of way, and sometimes we refer to the codes as traumas, So there's a lot of trauma that affect everybody. It's not only women alone, it's every one of us, to include male, in their earlier stage of life. For example, I think if you grew up with both parents, you function in life different from if you were a single parent, whether by mother or father. You operate different as a species. Now, the environment also where you grew up, the education that you receive, is part of your training to code you in certain ways that even at this age, if you have not healed or learned or changed certain belief system, then you will realize that you will operate in certain trajectory. Now, for me, as a male figure, and what I've learned, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could have affected me from way back when, in my past. If I had held on to things that are going to be hateful and bitter and and on the opposite of love, and fear. You see, these are some of the things that you have to learn as a species to transcend into your mastery and into your higher form of consciousness, because you or we as a person have the ability to control self, but you can't control self if you don't know or have certain codes in you. Now, and for me, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to talk for myself. I can't talk for people. So let me talk for me and tell you how I operate. Now, there are certain people that perhaps will listen to what I am saying and resonate. There are a lot of people who their philosophy might be different. I don't care. And I'm not here to debate. I'm just telling you how I feel about. So I'm saying mind, soul, and body. We're working on mind, soul, and body. Now, my belief system is that each individual has a soul. Now, when you're trying to represent something outside of self, or to worship something outside of self, or give credence to everything outside of self, without first recognizing that that very same thing is in you, then you're giving away your power. You're like giving away your soul. Your soul it's immortal. Your spirit, we have an auric body that is immortal. Now, this temporary flesh that we are in is just a representation of what we see as a human that is down here. Now, these are high science. I really want to go into the high science kind of vibes today, because what we really want for so today is Fresh Cash Day. Every Friday, anytime the Friday gone, Friday come back, I'm over to sing that song there. Fresh cash, money and fresh cash, And so, we know that we're not bothered by things, For like the honest, all we gotta do is, all you want to do is live a little, breathe a little, and go and enjoy life. All I wanna do is live a little, breathe a little, and go and enjoy life. Cause every muckle make a mickle, no matter what you trickle, cause things soon alright. All I wanna do, live a little, and breathe a little, and go and enjoy life. Cause every muckle make a mickle, no matter what you trickle, cause things soon alright. And beyond that, see? So we're not copyright, we're not thief for nobody song, but sometimes when the vibes hit, we have to replicate it. You see what I say? So a good vibes, it's all good vibes that we depend right about now for things sweet. And we Friday went away last week, according to the time, but guess what? Friday come back right today. And it's a winning day already. Sure. Me I tell you, say when the vibes so good, I want to vice out on the song them, you know, for me like for vice. I like to sing, I like to dance. I like to talk, like you can see me. I like to talk. I like to write. I'm an author. And I write some nice poetry from the divine, cosmic, internal self. And a lot of people who perhaps will listen to a video or see, like on the school forum, I wrote poems and whatever for a whole year. Like every morning I was just giving them good pieces of this poetry, you know, this divine knowledge coming from within, you know, speaking. And it is there, written somewhere, that some of my colleagues have said, Miser, for them call me Miser, you know. Miser, write a book, no man, write a book, yeah. So, the knowledge is within. I have activated a whole bunch of knowledge from within, and so that which is activated is coming out in terms of my aura, in terms of my speech, in terms of my writing, singing, you know, performance. You could see me just walking down the road and know that, hey, that brethren, you know, is not an old man. That brethren not an old man. No, don't be, you know, put me in a box. No, you know, I'm non-stereotypical what your belief system tells you. See? So when you hear me, when you see me, I'm going to be non-stereotypical. You're not going to put me in a box to say, you know, I'm old, I'm for sit down, I'm for this. Now, I have a very juvenescent spirit, young. And that's why, all right, like for me, I go dance for hours. Like I will stand up at a dance session, and I'll be dancing for hours. Like people, I wonder, oh, that old man do it. Like, you know, I remember I was in Jamaica recently, and one guy come up to me and say, man, you fit like a fiddle. I see you dance for like 3-4 hours, you know, and you still keep moving. Where you get the energy there from? But energy is created from within, people. I tell you, like, everybody has energy from within. So sometimes when we think that we eat more food, we get more energy now. Sometimes we can eat less food and have more energy. But I'll tell you about the process. We're not gonna flip flop all over the place. It's a Good Friday. It's a no Good Friday as in the one where the Christians sorry, but you know what they refer to as days, because if you notice, they keep repeating the cycle. Days, Monday, Tuesday. So you see, it's your cycle, and it's 24 hours. So actually, it's one day. You're just experiencing cycle. You see, so the sun come up, rise. You know what I'm saying? And it makes a cycle. It's a cycle. You see? So when you start to recognize these things, as I'm going to be telling you about your mind, your soul, and body, it's high metaphysics. The world is mental. If you cannot remember anything, you cannot operate in this world. Just remember, you guys who might have know me from high school, primary school, the same district in Ascent, and you know, plenty operations and travel I man have all over the world. Yeah, and I meet people from different strata, different, you know, walks of life, you know, and we still connected to this time, and we're gonna meet more people. You understand? So I just saw it going alive. So the people them are following me now, some of the people who know me from like the community, and realize that I'm on the God talk. I talk truth and righteousness, peace and love. You understand? You know, upliftment, you know, for your health, you know, for longevity, you know, upliftment for your mind, so you can free your mind also, and so you can be aware that you too have the ability to do and say the same things that I do. I enjoy myself, and I like to see people enjoy themselves also, so I'm not going to be a gatekeeper with information. I put information out there, and as we're utilizing these platforms to put the information out there, we're doing a good thing in helping to create. This is our creative, like I said, this is our creative, our words. Remember, it's the same words that people created in terms of a form, because if you understand how words were formed from symbolism, then you will start to have a different idea. From some symbolism to what we call resonance. So what we say coming off in the form of words. It's just vibration. Yeah, resonance, which is interpreted as light. And you know, and coded, so light code. You hear about things like light code lockdown. So are we under light code lockdown? You know, since I'm mentioning some of these terms and they are kind of controversial, I noticed also that some of my my videos, like yesterday I posted a video and it's still uploading. Yeah. So, you know, they ban whoever, you know, for remember these things are monitored by the people who control the system, you know. So, you know, there are certain coded words that as I speak them, they go into their system. It's like, boom, you know, they put a tap on that. And then next thing you know, my video doesn't get an opportunity to go into the algorithms to, yeah. You see what I'm saying? But I'm speaking right now that they're not going to block these type of information where we are put out there. So they're going to reach into the uttermost part of the earth. But I don't do my thing only for Jamaican, and that's why you see sometimes I kind of mix up the languages. Yeah, even though there's a deep Jamaican in it, you understand, for that's how we come from. But at the same time, I'm doing it for an international community where people who understand English will be able to understand the thing. So whether it be Africa, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Canada, United States, and anywhere all over the world, India, Pakistan, wherever that speaks English, as you know, since you were one of them type of person who were trained in the English language, you're going to be able to understand what I'm gonna say. But basically, it's patois based, so sometimes it will be mixed with the Jamaican language because you know, say Jamaica are the capital of the world. That's where all of the high energy people come from. You know, the most, you know, that's why we can win so much sprints, you know. High energy, make so much music, have so much fun. Jamaica, the capital of the world. Then, and even though we're in Atlanta now, we yearn to be back in Jamaica so we can establish the thing in such a way that it's going to be powerful. Something that, you know, can come and have a rest, resort, you know, repast, whatever. Repast, the repast now maybe it's not a good one, but most people got Jamaica for repast. But you know, I'm talking in the sense that you can relax, you know. So let me take back that word there, for real, for real. Anyway, my peoples out there, I'm telling you, life is good. It's a good day. You know, they say it's Friday, and like I say, as my Friday gone, my Friday come back. It's payday. Everything Chris and Curry. So hopefully we're going to get an opportunity to talk more, and that this video is not blocked or banned because there's a lot of information, man. Trust me. Let's follow. And for those who have been constantly watching me and not even I sure like me son, me know no. Yeah, so I'm say family and friend. Yeah, give me a look at tap up, man. For you to say me I try to reach the world with the information. So if you like, you know, yeah. If you like, give a look like and you know, a little arrow, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel too if you see it on YouTube or wherever. Sometimes them things I do it without monetization now, but I know that sooner than later, all the money I go come from for people are gonna see them things the world over. You see what I say? So we now watch some face, we now watch money, we know say money can make people funny, and we no yearn, you know, we not bothered for substance because you know, we have more than enough and more than plenty. And when we get it, you know, we have to learn to give and, you know, share. Because we are not them type of people who take money and fight war. We are not them type of people who take money and clone and do all kind of stuff to, you know. Yeah, when we are the new generation that will take money and turn it into love. But yeah, take money and turn it into love. How about that? That's a slogan where you can go. We take money and turn it into love. You know, haven't you realized when people get money out, their face light up? Yeah? When people get money, their face light up. They took money and put it into, whoever took money and put it into. And that's another subject for another day. I don't really want to touch that, but nothing I go on. The most important message I want to leave with you today is that go on out there, forgive people, not have no hatred or bitterness in their heart, no matter what people do or what you conceive that is wrong in your heart or mind. Clean that and see from another perspective, because like I said, everybody has the right to do his or her own will, her will or his will. You see what I say? Yeah, man. And sometimes we're just not expressive enough to to face. You know, we have little fear sometimes, but don't be fearful, man. Don't be fearful. Don't be fearful. You know, speak the truth. Speak the truth no matter what it costs, man. Don't be fearful. Not have no fear. Enough things like for me, you know, me I drop all of the fear them. Fear for God, hell or heaven or for dead or fear or this. Drop the fear. You know what I mean? And express your love. Yeah, because that's the opposite, right? So when you express your love and your kindness, guess what? You know, no need for fear, man. So that's why I say I don't have no enemies. See? So big up on yourself. It's what I'm going to call a strong hen. It's not weak. You see they use words again to describe certain situations. The bumblebee a pass there. Weak hen. Why? Why would they use that? You see him? Watch him. You see him come? Why would a bumblebee want to come disturb I talk the truth? This is what I say. Yeah, why would they refer to it as weak end? Weak end. Alright, come on, think about that. So I'm not going to say nothing much further. But so when I say I want to have a strong one, yeah, uplift on yourself, you know, elevate your mind and open your mind to good and elevated higher frequency and consciousness. Enough love every time.